Welcome to Awakening Heart Network. My name is Turia Vallis, and today we have the distinct honor and pleasure of joining in conversation with Aurora Juliana Ariel. What a call this is. It's already an incredible call. I've been feeling the energy amping and building throughout the entire day, and today in the United States, it's Memorial Day. So it's a very special day because as we hold our memories dear, part of remembering different things is also simply to honor what has been so that we can also create a way to have new energy flow into what we are doing. And I like to also say that it's also a place where we can remember who we are. And in remembering who we are, a higher, lighter, more powerful form of energy can flow straight from our hearts into our lives. And so before we bring Aurora out, I'd like to bring everyone's attention to the Awakening Heart Global Healing Circle. And here within this circle is a place of timelessness, is a place of no time and a place of no space, where we all are flowing out the energy of our heart. And as we stand in this Memorial Day where we're holding our memories so dear, and we're also remembering the truth of who and what we are, and we can create from this powerful place. And in this space, there are only answers, and all of the answers are greater than any problems or, as I've heard before, any expectations that we might have about how the problems can be solved. And so there is this trust, and there is a faith in knowing that there's no coincidence that brought us here today. This is all purposeful, it's all accorded, and it's all because of our own divine birthright. It's our right to live the highest, most positive possible life. And here within this circle, that's what we're doing. So I'm so grateful for everyone on the call today and everyone in the replay. Thank you for being a part of this incredible co-creation. And without further ado, let me introduce one of my most favorite people of all time, Aurora Juliana Ariel. Whether it's pioneering work in the psyche, heading her global healing ministry, bringing out her landmark discoveries in global conferences, writing books, leading the quest and other trainings, or expressing her musical talents, Aurora Juliana Ariel possesses the proverbial Midas touch. Her brand of alchemy is the sacred sort, yielding a gold one can only discover within. Pioneering doctor and scientist, author and musician, entrepreneur and producer, mystic and healer, Aurora is a Renaissance woman for the new millennium. Everyone, it is my great honor and pleasure to welcome Aurora Juliana Ariel.
Aloha, everyone. Yes, I'm so excited to be here. I can feel your amazing hearts. There's a tremendous light already flowing in and through me, and so healing has begun. So I hope you're tuning into that and have prepared for what's to come here. And I'm in beautiful Sedona, so here in the glorious Red Rocks, a beautiful energetic to add into the mix.
So grateful to have you here with us today, Aurora, and so grateful that you are bringing your amazing gifts not only to everyone on the call, but whenever you do work. Just want to let everyone know that whenever Aurora is doing the work, the energy is amped. So open up to the energy if you so choose. Be on the call. Please, I see everyone on the callers who've called in. Raise your hand, push *2, and you'll have a chance to talk with her. And for every healing that goes out to any individual, it's healing everyone on the call. I like to think that with Aurora's work, it's actually like planetary. It's like healing the cosmos. It's healing everything. That's the power that she brings to this. So go ahead, and if you feel like it, please push *2. You'll have one of the biggest treats of your life to talk to her. And please, we have a lot of emails that have already come in, but don't be shy. Please send in more emails and let us know what you're feeling. So we can tell Aurora exactly how you're feeling. I'm already feeling this incredibly amped energy, so give us some feedback, and I'll read it out on the call and let everyone know, because we're all in this together. We're doing this together. But first we're going to ask some questions. Or Aurora, would you like to set the tone for the call? How would you like to start the call?
Well, I just want to share with everyone this incredible love in my heart, and my heart is expanding so wide right now, just embracing all of you. And the thing is we are connected. And our inner selves are connected, and then the strata of our unconscious, where the younger parts of us that are ready to be healed, they link up as well. That's how we can do global healings through every session. So it's always positively affects our families, our loved ones, and all humanity. When we do inner work, when we go to those deepest levels and heal this old stuff that we're all here to transmute in this time. So thank you, everyone, for being here with us, because it's going to be it already is a tremendous release of light, a lot of healing ongoing. And I see these things in a living color movie, and so I can testify right this minute to how much is happening already for everybody. There's just a lifting going on, a freeing up. You might be feeling light coming in your crown, and baggage being lifted up en masse and dissolved in the light. So it's really an opportunity to let go of everything you want to let go of, to step free finally from things that have bound you and kept you unhappy and unfree. And if you want to write your prayer, speak your prayer out loud. Make sure that you're bringing forward as big as offering as you can, because it's a limitless potential today.
Aurora, thank you so much. And so what I'm going to do, everyone, is I'm going to start and I'm going to ask some questions. Aurora and I were talking before the call about certain divine understandings that were coming to her. So we're just going to dive into this, and then after that, we're going to go right in and start taking some callers, and then we're going to take some emails, and then we'll just go on from there. So we're all in this together, everyone. We are in this sacred space, and so grateful. So Aurora, if you don't mind, could you were talking about different understandings that you were getting in terms of people and creating more change in their lives. So how can people heal their lives and change their destinies?
Yeah, that is an amazing alchemical key, and I'm really excited. I found the way out for all of us, because up until now, and to all of us in this awakening that's going on globally, people were relegated to the fate dictated by their human programming, because everyone was just running these old programs passed down the family lineages and adding on the wounds and the belief systems from their own early childhoods. This world has been really reflective of a humanity living from what is called the shadow self, the unconscious self, the wounded aspects of self, the limited parts of self. And the authentic self, the true divine nature, has literally been cast out of this world for millennia upon millennia. And it's really in this time that so many of us are wanting to reclaim that authentic self, to live our full potential, to actualize that potential and fulfill a destiny, a destiny that positively affects the planet, positively changes our future, and makes this world a better place. So the key of it is to become masterful in working your own self-healing process, to heal those wounded aspects of self as they arise, and to stop playing it out. And so that's that point of mastery where you arm yourself with the knowledge and the tools and the skill that as everything comes up, the shadow comes up, and all of a sudden you go from a happy day to an upset, that's when you do your work. And I've laid it all out in the quest, in the book, The Heal Your Life, Change Your Destiny. I've laid it all out in a lot of my materials of a really powerful 7-step process you can use to heal yourself and keep changing your destiny so that you're living more and more often in your authentic self, less and less being moved and living out of the shadow of nature or the younger parts of self, and you're skillful in healing these things for the last time in yourself, your family line, and all humanity.
You know, Aurora, your work is so profound because it feels like it encompasses the whole. Everyone comes from a different perspective, but your work is so wholesome. And, you know, I've heard you mentioned before, like, a false reality, and I've seen it. Why on earth is humanity encoded with a false reality? I mean, what on earth is going on there?
Yeah, it's an interesting history going way, 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 way back. There seems to be some kind of descent in consciousness that took place very long time ago, because we have the records, and we're uncovering the records now of Lemuria, the motherland, that was an amazing enlightened civilization that burst all the major civilizations of the world and was a global enterprise, you could say. It had empires, colonial empires, and colonies such as Atlantis, Egypt, Greece, China, and all that. So the records are coming forward today that we actually had a period, a long, long period of Earth where people lived in their conscious self, their authentic self, and life reflected their divine nature. And somehow there was a descent and a taking on of a dual nature, to where belief systems and wounds and things started to accumulate in the psyche and became unconscious patterns. And then what happens with our unconscious patterns and belief systems is that these parts of us, these subconscious personalities, how it's called in psychological terms, but these aspects of us are like living active wills within us. So what happens is they start projecting their woundedness on the screen of our life, and people start playing out for us those movies that keep reenacting the old wounds. And so it really has been a mystery for humanity. Why is there suffering on Earth? And there's a lot of mythology that runs through even the best religions and advanced teachings on the planet. There's still a lot of mythology around it all, as if somehow we were sinners and now we're paying for it, or it's our karma and we have to pay back. And really, in thousands and thousands and thousands of cases over so many years, I've never found that. I only found that suffering, the adverse conditions that people that would find me were dealing with were traced directly to the subconscious and that programming, those false beliefs, those parts of self that feel like they deserve to suffer. So this has been a really exciting aspect of the pioneering work I've done in this field, because I found the cause of suffering and then I found the way out. And then I began applying it myself, and then I found, oh my God, there's so many amazing positive side effects from this. You not only get to be like cleaning up as things come along in a very fast way, because the quest is like the Ferrari model of psychological healing, and it's just fast, but it's comprehensive, so you get a very deep understanding of what you're clearing. And then the byproduct is you're shortening the time of misery and suffering of your life. So instead of 8 weeks depressed, you might have 3 to 5 dips over 8 weeks where you feel depressed, you heal the part of you that is depressed, you restore yourself back to yourself, your proactive, positive self, and then, through the next dips, you're doing the clearing work, but you have barely any downtime in 8 weeks. And I've proven this. I've lived it. And the byproduct of that is that you're living in your authentic self most of the time, that creative, miraculous part of us, all wise, all knowing, that's proactive, positive, loving, caring, compassion, passionate about life, excited, youthful. I mean, all of the qualities we all would ever want are right there within us, trapped underneath all this stuff that now I found is easy to clear.
Yeah, and I'm just listening to you, and I'm enthralled, because everyone, I can feel the depth of Aurora's work, and I know how much she has been through to get to this place. If you take a look at all of the different things that she studied, if you look at her special event page, you'll see the different modalities, and you'll see how she's applied it not only to, like she said, thousands of people with success, and you look at her testimonials, but you know, Aurora, what initiated your own quest? Can you talk a little bit about yourself just for those who are new coming to this? Because I think that your story is it's so inspiring, you know?
Well, thank you so much. I guess we'll do that little dip down the sorrowful journey. I would have to say, quite honestly, you know, the package I got or I took on in this embodiment is, you know, some of the hardest hits people could ever take, and things that people don't survive from, that they're scarred from, they're bitter, they're ruined, their bodies are wrecked, they look aged, they're you know, their heart's broken and it never repairs. And I don't know, I just have had this fiery white fire in me, my spirit, to overcome and to find a way out, and then to translate that into help for humanity. And one of the greatest first catalysts for me was after a pretty idyllic childhood, but with parents, I would say, were like Barbie and Ken in Malibu. I grew up on the beach in Malibu, and they were wonderful, but in those days, not much depth, and I didn't know anything about the world. I was quite innocent. And all out of the blue, my mother became severely mentally ill when I was 19, and I had already been on my own a little bit. And in that day, I lost my mother, and I became mother, counselor, spiritual guide to her, and just the pain of it, and 23 hospitalizations very fast through my early 20s. In the meantime, I, was having children very young, and and I was the one that took care of her. The rest of the family kind of went away. It really shook me to my core because it tapped me into the suffering in this world that I knew nothing about, being an innocent, and it compelled this amazing caring in my heart. It ignited that white fire in my heart to make it better for her, to help alleviate her suffering, to find a way out, and then ultimately to find out why. Why is there suffering on this planet? Why would my beautiful mother, a good person, now have these horrific things going on, and why would she be suffering? So that was the number one catalyst. Number two was, some years later, what I thought was a second chance at love, just getting my heart royally shattered and being abused and having a shattered heart. And after 1 year of this, I ended up having 2 heart attacks within 6 months, and I was told I was going to debilitate very quickly to death. Well, I was really young still. I had 4 young children, and it was a big no. I am not leaving my children. I'm not leaving the planet. And again, that white fire to find an answer and a way out led me to some powerful, just pioneering doctors in the fields of alternative medicine. And the next thing I know, I was all enthralled in training in them and getting a black belt in holistic healing, in things so cutting edge they weren't even in the books yet. And things like, you can knock out a virus in 5 minutes and clear all kinds of things. But those modalities, while they kept me from debilitating, they didn't quite get to the healing of my heart. And so it was in Hawaii when a kahuna stepped in my life in 1990, and he took my hand and took me into the psyche. And that was the doorway in to the center world, to the finding what was in there, what was happening. First, my heartbroken self needed healing. Then that beautiful young woman, why would she draw and abuse? That opened up the same martyr pattern. I mean, we just went on and on, deeper, until all the inner work that I did, because at that timing I also started going into my education in psychology and mastering Gestalt, NLP, psychosynthesis, and all of the greatest counseling theories and practices that have come forward. And so through the inner work, also with the sacred alchemy work I had been developing on my own, through that sacred alchemy I was able to heal myself and step free. But it was just the beginning of wanting to even find out more and help turn around this world, help free people from suffering, give them a way out and a humanity a way out, so we'd stop repeating all of these histories and genocides and everything that had been going on forever. And so it just has become a global mission.
Absolutely beautiful, and the only reason why I wanted to let everyone know that is because the depth of Aurora's own journey is so profound. And so, you can bring everything that you have on your plate to her and to her work, and a change will happen. And so it's like whether you're, working with her or using her products or listening to her music, I was listening to it and I was like, this is not just music. I have a couple more questions, everyone, but then we're going to start taking questions from the audience. But I just wanted to touch on the music because we didn't do that last time. I listened to her album and I was like, oh my God, this is healing me. This is so huge. Even your music is healing. And Aurora, I kind of want to take a little sidestep here just for a minute, but I want people to understand that the albums which you have in your package are like incredibly mystical, and they're incredibly healing. And if you could tell us about the significance of your songs and the music and the healing abilities in these albums, it's almost like, well, it's not almost like each song is like a healing activation. If you could speak a little bit about that. And again, everyone listening, I promise, we're going to start taking your questions in just a moment, but we just need to touch, I would like to touch on a couple more things.
Well, I'm so excited that you can see it and feel that because, along the way, some people can and then they question about it. And it's true. In 1997, when I connected with a beloved, Bruce Beckvar, our hearts just went to such an opening. I felt like we were in those Vedic pictures of Radha Krishna, all those beautiful pictures, and living in that we did for about 5 years. And what happened right at that timing when we were meeting and the hearts were getting activated, these songs just kept coming in night and day. Like I would just start singing all day long, all different ones as we cruised together, and they were unique in this unique languaging. And some of the language would sound Hawaiianish or Italian or something like that, but it would be its own language. So this was going on for a couple months, and then we were invited to Greece, and we performed not these songs, but we sang together there at a Power Places tour, healing forum on the island of Crete. And then we went to the island of Santorini. If you've ever been there, it's all surrounded in water, and it is the most glorious buildings, white with turquoise domes and doors, and there was the comet in the sky and a new moon. And we're just sitting out under this, and Bruce started playing a song in music on his guitar, and my heart leapt. I knew this. And I started singing the sacred songs, and he started singing too, and so it started coming through both of us at that point. And this was, a couple of months later of when it started coming through me, and, it'd be so loud. I mean, it would come through sometimes. It would wake me up at 3 a.m. in the morning, that would be songs. So I got a lot of visions around it and a lot of downloads about healing matrices in them and a gift from the heavens and new archetypes for humanity and all kinds of things about what's in these songs. And then we ended up living together in a beautiful villa in Kaanapali on Maui and had a recording studio, and we began recording these, and a lot of them, like he'd be woken up in the middle of the night and the tune would, the beautiful melody would come in and he'd lay down the tracks, and then I'd go in. And but somehow, even though I had never recorded before, I just knew only to record when I was in my higher self, in my best self. And I made a beautiful altar in the recording studio, and I would invoke the divine, and we would just let it flow. And we would do different takes sometimes, different tracks, and he just started exclaiming, like, this is a language. It's coming in exact syllables. And I'd have the most amazing experiences of the room disappearing while it was coming through me and we're recording, and becoming a vast feminine Elohimic presence just cradling the world in my arms and just pouring love into the world. That's Renaissance of Grace. And with Love Sacred Fire, every time I'd be transported up to this divine cathedral in the divine realms of light, and I'll be singing on the altar, and I really feel that's a prayer for humanity in the world. So each one has had its magic, and I've written about that. But now those songs have found their way into all these albums woven through, like Gypsy Soul, Heart of Passion, and the 12 healing music for an awakening world, and with Bruce's and Christopher Gabriel, who I produced his album Rivers of Life, mixing the music as these 1-hour healing journeys. So it allows people to have a healing experience, and also to have it in the background of your home, and let the vibration just, keep purifying, raising. And I used to always do that, raising my kids. I would just keep music going of a very, like Enya, and that very high vibration. I seem to keep order with 4 kids. So there's a lot, there's a lot to the healing power of music, and especially when it's coming from the higher realms. And these are actual just gifts from the heavens, and they're in a divine languaging, a languaging I call a universal language of love.
Yes, you can feel that. And I wanted to let everyone know it was important for me to mention that. We're going to start taking calls any minute, just a second, but I needed to say I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm a musician. And when I heard Aurora's music and I'm just playing and playing, I was like, God, this is incredible music. But I noticed something then, and when the music went off, I felt like a disconnect happened. I was like, hold on, I was getting some huge nourishment. And I was so much into the music that I wasn't actually conscious of all the nourishment, divine nourishment that I was receiving. And when I turned it off, I was like, whoa, what happened? I put it back on again. And it was like I was connected in a much bigger way to an incredible divine flow of energy. So, part of what Aurora offers are these amazing albums with all of these songs on it, and the music is incredible. And I just wanted people to know that this was a part of what you're doing, and every aspect of what you're doing is so huge. All of it is so thorough and complete, and so it was just important for me to touch on that. I wanted to ask one more question, then we'll start taking questions from people in the audience. What do you think? How can a person fulfill their highest destiny and potential, considering the fact that we do have these aspects or, different parts of ourselves which are broken and living in woundedness? How can we, some people don't ever fulfill that destiny. I was thinking that today. So how can we do that?
Yeah, the stark reality of it is you can't unless you're clearing these unconscious, sabotaging, limited patterns. You can't, because these are running, like I said, active principles, wills and intentions rolling, and the movie's rolling. And I know all of us can understand this, because it's like one thing happens and you're irritated and upset. Well, that's inner aspects coming up. That's not your authentic self. And then all of a sudden you're overtaxed and overstrained from work. Well, those are inner aspects that are running you. That is not the authentic self. The authentic self is very refined, very capable, does things in a divine order, and has a beneficent energetic, not upset, worry, hardship, strain, anger, rage, jealousy, envy, and doubts and fears. These are all of the shadow nature. So this is why, because they get activated all day long, most people on the planet are literally living most of the time in their shadow self, and they don't even know it. They do not even know that their authentic self is not even in the picture. And everyone has just become so acclimated on this planet to, worrying over the next thing in the future, and fears about this and that, and anger about that. And it's like, oh, yes, of course, because we have all these outer things that demonstrate to us the appropriateness of our feelings. But really, if you understand the equation, and of course, I don't expect everyone to, because it took me years and years of delving in the psyche and understanding this, but to give it in a real simplicity, when you're positive, happy, creative, loving, compassionate, caring, kind, doing positive things, being positive and proactive, you're in your authentic self. And so that's a very creative self that gets ingenious creative ideas and has wind in its sails to create wonderful things. Everything else, doubt, fear, upset, envy, jealousy, anger, rage, that is all parts of self that are actually clamoring for attention, like little children, saying, me, 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 I need to be healed. And the reason is they need to be healed because you're ready to go to the next level of your authentic selfhood, of bringing out your offering, of being more empowered and clear and directed inside yourself. So they really don't come up just to come up and plague us. They really come up to be healed so we can actualize that higher potential, so we can fulfill a higher destiny. But if we just live in them and swim in them and are moody and angry and frustrated and tired and exhausted and unhappy all day, and then maybe we have a spurt of happiness because someone sent us flowers, but all of a sudden we have an irritating phone call, so now we've plummeted and we're back in. If we live like that, we will not fulfill a higher destiny. And I can say absolutely that there is no way, if I had not done the level of inner work that I have and that I do continually as the next piece arises, I would not be heading this global healing ministry. There would not be 35 amazing, divinely infused products for humanity. There would not be courses. There would not be trainings. There would not be these amazing world tour, sacred tours with me. I would be just, in the normal human range of upsets and this and that, and leading a normal life, not an extraordinary life, not fulfilling an amazing destiny that I'm totally on fire about and brings me so much fulfillment. So this is one of the most important things, if anything, that I could transfer to you, is the absolute need to become awake within yourself, to know when it's your authentic self and when it's the shadow self. And when it's the shadow self, to be compassionate, loving, and kind as you would to a younger sister, a friend, a child, but arm yourself with the powerful tools to heal that aspect and group of aspects as it arises. Don't go 48 hours, because then it'll just recede, and then you'll have lost the opportunity. And again, the Quest 7 steps I love because, I developed them beyond what anything I had seen, and they're just so fast and effective. The other thing that's important to realize is if we don't address our issues in a timely way and get to those underlying patterns that are running in the beliefs, those limiting beliefs, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I'm bad, all of these things that are way, way, way down deep in us, and they're in everyone, if we don't heal that stuff, these patterns will keep playing out 25 more lifetimes. We're just going to go on and on and on and on, reaping what we sow and playing out the patterns, and there's no escape. And if you look at the history of humanity, the known history, look at what it's looked like on this planet, and that's because everyone has been predominantly pattern-driven, human pattern-driven, and not living in their authentic self. And that's the only reason why. And if we all shifted that to where we were being in our authentic self most of the time, oh my God, the world would be such an amazing place, because our authentic self is living genius, a creative genius, and is linked up to the divine and the divine realms of light. And it can be a downloading transformer of the most amazing inventions and cures and blessings for humanity. And right there, just easy and effortlessly being brought forward to help bless our world. So that if anything today, please contemplate what I'm sharing and see if you can arm yourself with the mastery and skill needed so you can live in your authentic self most of the time.
Thank you so much. And what I felt as I was listening to you answer that, Aurora, is like I was just opening up and allowing the energy to also go in, because there was something very powerful that was flowing through the words. That was, I know, helping me personally. And I just want to encourage everyone, just keep opening up to the energy and give us feedback of what you're feeling, because I can feel a shift just as Aurora is talking. And Aurora, if you're ready, we'll start taking callers.
Yes, it's so much fun to work with you, Taria, because you have inner sight and you understand these things. A lot's getting transferred. When I'm speaking to everyone, it's like I'm anchoring these things in to help give you greater ability, and just a lot's going in on a deep level to help strengthen you and empower you so that these things can become easy. You can have greater skill. There's a lot of healing going around right now, the global group, this connected group. There's a lot of dark matter that kind of lies in the deep parts of our psyches, and when you see things on a collective level, it's like vast, big rivers of darkness, and we've got some really amazing divine beings who are ready to do the cleanup here. So I'm sure, we're going to emerge lighter, freer, happier than ever before from this call today.
I know it. And I want to let everyone know, while Aurora is working on other people, open up. That same energy will work through you. I've been on a call with her before, and it worked right through me. So keep opening, keep listening, and if possible, don't think, oh, this is about some other thing, it's not me, or just wait and wait and wait. In that moment, open up, because every moment she's transmitting such highlight energy that it's just shifting things left and right. Like literally, when we were talking a minute ago, I was like, I'm going to have to listen to the replay, because I'm almost not able to consciously hear the words. The energy is flowing so deep. So just keep opening up, and know the energy is working through everyone she's working with. The energy is working with you too. She's working with you too. So without further ado, I'm going to start taking callers, and I want people to know, if you don't mind, we've got a lot of people and a lot of questions. So please just be mindful, and just be mindful that other people are waiting to ask their questions too when you speak to Aurora. Thank you so much. So first up, we've got Twin Cities, Minnesota. You're on.
Hi, thank you for taking my call.
Oh, absolutely. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Sun finally came out, so it's a good day.
Welcome.
Hi, my name's Julie. I have a question. I have a daughter who has suffered mostly her whole life with mental illness. She's now a meth addict. There's just finding help for her has been an absolute nightmare. And I'm wondering if there's anything you can help us with to change the energy around this to, I don't know, to help us get through all this.
Yeah.
It seems like the more work yeah, it's been tough.
Yeah, I have a lot of compassion because I've had to deal with that too with people very close to me, and it's heart-rending. And number one is taking care of yourself. And reading things like Codependency No More, it's an old book that I think is phenomenal, and letting go and realizing each soul is in their own soul learning module. They have divine sponsors, a divine self, and they are okay. In the higher realms, they're fine. This projected down soul that's having its virtual reality experience is gaining great learning and advancement from whatever it chooses, and all of us as souls have the freedom to do that. And I absolutely had to come to peace with this for those ones in my life. I had to find peace around this. And so the more I did my inner work and healed the parts of me that were attached to them being well and attached to our relationship and, staying connected and attached to helping them and doing it for them and making it better for them, I had to clear all of that so that I could be free, so that I could see it all from a higher vantage point, the vantage point of all is well. It really doesn't feel like it when you're in the throes of it, but it really is true. And I found this over and over in communing with the divine ones and seeing it for myself and doing the clearings, that there was nothing out of order, that these souls chose this. They were having great learnings. But the remarkable thing was, as I kept clearing myself and my need to have that in my world and to go through things like that, they shifted and shifted and shifted. And so mental illness cleared up and all kinds of amazing miracles. The thing, how old is your daughter? Julie, how old is your daughter?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Julie might be muted again.
I'm looking at it, and she's not muted on our end. Hello, Julie, are you still there?
Well, for all of you that have people...
Julie? Sorry about that, Aurora.
Okay, well, just the last comment on when you're dealing with children and loved ones that have mental illness of any kind, I was able to discover, and there's some other cutting-edge people...
We have noise. One second. Is this? I see another name flashing. Is this Joanne? No, you know what? Julie must have gotten kicked off of the call because I see her call is gone. So sorry about that, Aurora. We just keep going.
Okay, well, I would like to just finish this up because
I
think it's important for everyone, and there is so much mental illness going on the planet and with our youth, with our children. It is, and the drugs create mental illness. So if anyone you know is dealing with mental illness, one of the greatest discoveries I made through working and helping people in this is that they have a brain chemistry disorder. And the medicines are trying to balance that, but unfortunately with all the side effects and all that, it's just not a cure. I've been able to pull people out of the deepest, darkest states and get them restored. And basically by nutrition and brain balancing nutrition and optimum life and health and lifestyle plans where you're hitting it on all levels holistically, including doing the inner work, the quest work to heal the underlying causes. And there is a product out of Canada, Q96, that I am not affiliated with, but I sometimes have my clients and students go on because it balances the brain chemistry. It's just all nutritional, all supplements, and it's all natural. And so, to get a lasting cure, we want to have do it naturally so that there's not the side effects. And also, when you get the side effects, then it's even creating more mental illness. So that's it for that. I mean, that's just happy news for me, having had a mom mentally ill, and I wasn't able to cure her, but now I know the cure. So it's, that's one of the gifts of when we're given such a hard life sentence of some form of suffering, that if you work it and you clear through it, then you can have an amazing offering for humanity.
Thank you so much for asking that question, Julie, and for your beautiful answer, Aurora. And the energy, Julie, I hope that you'll be able to hear this on the replay, is actually going out to work to create the highest possible solution in healing in this situation, which is not easy for anyone at all. So, but Aurora speaks with brilliance and experience, and she talked about how when we change ourselves, the outer does change, and these people also change, and I have had that in my experience also. So, thank you. That was an amazing question. Let's go on to our next caller from Eureka, California.
Hi, this is Rich, and you just mentioned brain chemistry, and I've been told, and I believe, that I have low neurotransmitters. I'm low on pretty much all the brain chemistry things, particularly the serotonin, which is a happy hormone, or GABA, which helps us sleep. I've been tested to be low with GABA, and also I have low hormones.
What are your symptoms?
Well, low energy, and I don't really get, when people talk about being cheerful, I think I understand what they're talking about, but that's not from experience, really. Cheerful or enthusiasm, I can get temporarily enthusiastic about an idea, but I just don't have the strength to follow through. And I also have very low body temperature, about 1.6 degrees below what the doctors say is normal, which goes along with this low energy and various other things, low hormones of all kinds, sex hormones and DHEA. My body makes T4. I have no trouble making T4, but it doesn't convert it to T3. So taking supplements for thyroid, I've tried, tyrosine and iodine, and supplements for testosterone as well, and nothing really changed. Nothing has much effect except the actual synthetic, the actual T3, which is the active form of thyroid.
Yeah, I'm just looking at you right now, and it's like your soul is encased in darkness. In darkness, it's like you're trapped in this dark thing. And so I'm going to do some, if you want, some healing work on you for this deep inner level. Yeah. Because I think if we find like what this is all about and unlock it, that should open up the way that other things can work better for you, that you can find right avenues of ways that your body can receive and get nourished. You might want to do IV, nutritional IV if your body's not taking it. But let's just work on the soul level right now and see what this is all about. It's a syndrome of self-punishment. There's a dark past. There's a programming that seems religious in nature and becoming a sinner because of actions, that whole ideology. It looks a little bit medieval, coming from a medieval time where, people were very superstitious, and if they failed or made a mistake or did something, then of course, they're cast out of heaven and they're sinners and they need to redeem themselves, and then redemption through suffering. So that's it. It's from a different life. It carried into this lifetime, and then there's some stuff in your childhood. I don't have to really speak of that, but can you remember some of the things in your childhood?
Aurora, I'm noticing that he just got kicked off the call. We'll have to get our text crew noticing this. But you know what? He did submit this in a question also. So I don't know what to say. We don't want people kicked off the call when they ask a question.
All right. Well, let me just finish. I'm just doing the healing right now on what I'm finding. And so it got picked up in this embodiment. It's been a running theme in the unconscious. So what happens when we have the running theme in the unconscious, we're not aware of it. We're not consciously aware. It's below our conscious awareness. So then we can address it. But the way we can address these things is when we have the issue, when we have the condition, and then we can start going in through the emotions, through the condition itself, and get deeper and deeper to the strata I'm at, which is I'm working right now with you at this causal level. And it's also linking up, I think there's a lot of people that have had low-level depression that have called in today that haven't been quite happy, that haven't had that joyousness, that passion. Okay, so it's kind of a similar theme, and it is a similar religious ideology that I am sorry, but is a false ideology because there is no deity willing suffering to this world at all. I've never found it, and I've worked in this field forever with the most impossible cases. There is nothing willing us to suffer here, okay? So we have to find these little wills inside and heal them, heal the parts of us that decided we were bad, and now we have to redeem ourselves. And even though this all sounds ridiculous, when you get in there and you see the ancient movies like the one I'm witnessing in medieval times right now, you can see why the soul might decide that and then carry that unconsciously to where the need to redeem self through suffering would then bring on an affliction like you're dealing with right now, Rich, which could be a life sentence of suffering if you didn't address it on all the levels and heal it. And you absolutely have to continue on and really get the inner pieces all healed up while you bring nutrition and in ways that your body can accept and utilize it. So now this part is freeing up, and all of you that have similars and a lot of other people throughout the planet right now that's carrying this encoding. So thank you so much for coming forward with this because there are really big healings happening now, and you should feel the integration of this, everybody, just in the next weeks because there's a lot of aspects in our psyches getting transformed right now. And then, of course, there's that integration period to where the aspects that are operating on our authentic self side of our nature, empowering our authentic selfhood, our health, our vitality, our well-being, our ease. So that was big. That's going really good. It's all healing up right now.
Thank you. And here Rich got back on. So Rich, I see you and I put you back on. Can you hear?
Oh yes, thank you very much. And I did hear the last 3-4 minutes, I think, and it sounds good. The deep inner feeling, and what's even better is my body temperature has already jumped up 0.4 of a degree, which is not likely to happen without without help.
How do you know that?
Well, I put a digital thermometer in my left armpit, and I did it before. Did it a half hour ago. It was 96.1, and it's usually about that or lower. And right now it's 96.5.
Wow. Okay. Well, that should keep increasing. Of course, this is a big piece, and yet there might be other pieces to the puzzle. So just remember that sometimes these things are a journey, especially when they've become physical and etched in physically for a long time. So it's really about healing each piece to the puzzle and freeing ourselves on those deeper levels, and then supporting ourselves in a holistic way with the right nutrition, right lifestyle, and all of that.
Right. More moving of the body. Exercises, it's sometimes called.
Everything, yeah. I mean, and doing the spiritual work, the inner healing work, it's all really important that each of us live very balanced lives now, and we create for ourselves optimal health and lifestyle plans of things we really enjoy, the exercise. A paleo diet's really, really good for most everybody I work with, and, getting those nutritional supplements, having the rest time, recreation, and fun, the spiritual practices, exercises, and everything.
Yeah,
and the inner work, essential for us to clear out of all of this, clear the way so that our children and grandchildren can have a better world.
Thank you
so much. Thank you.
And thank you for that question too, Rich, because it helped heal so many people, as Aurora said. Thank you.
Okay, Appreciate it.
Thank you. We appreciate
Massive.
you. Yeah.
That was a massive healing. So that was good. A lot of people were carrying that depression, that anxiety, the feeling of feeling low, and even a deeper worthlessness sense and incapability of realizing a higher destiny. So I think those of you that were feeling that maybe were wondering with question marks over your heads, what is she talking about? How can we have that? You know, life is so hard. But it is possible, and I'm giving a lot of formulas today that I hope everyone will avail themselves of.
Absolutely. And somebody wrote in, Liza says, thanks, Rich. You helped me with my stuff. And Julie wrote in, who got kicked off, says, hi, this is Julie, the first caller. My phone died. I'm going to listen to the replay. Please thank Aurora so much for me. So we're getting feedback already. We're gonna take some emails here. One from RC says, I've had such anger and sadness my whole life, and I would love to transmute this permanently. I've created so many ups and downs in my life. I am doing the inner work as best as I can, but I still face so much defeat. I would appreciate any help. Thank you so much.
Okay, great. I love it. Okay, let's turn defeat into victory. Victory every step of the way, okay? We all have vats of anger, sorrow, angst. It's not even all from this lifetime. It's other embodiments, what we, carrying from our family lineage. And anger is exciting. When people come to me and they've got big anger pieces, I'm always very happy and excited for them because that is where our lost power is. It usually has come from things that have happened where we were disempowered and wounded and mistreated, but weren't able to speak it. So usually from abuse, you see big vats of anger and rage. In your case, you're dealing with past life stuff as well that you carried over, and I can see a little angry baby and an angry child. So I just think anger has been a theme for some centuries, and really good timing to clean it up for yourself and your family line. When we work with the inner aspects that are angry, we're literally reaccessing our lost power. As they transform, they are empowered. They are able to speak their truth, stand in their power, be clear and directed, do what's right and true for them. Whereas when we keep these aspects in their anger and rage, they're victims, they're disempowered, they feel victimized, and that, it's being done to them. They're trapped, they're not able to do things or have things, or they're mistreated. So when people are on the victim side of it, there's that weakness, and there is not the authentic power. So it's like that's why this work, I call it sacred alchemy, because it transmutes the baser aspects of self into the gold of the true nature. And then all of a sudden, we've just got wind in our sails. We're back in our power. We can speak our truth calmly and clearly. We can reset relationships and with clear boundaries and say what we need and what's right for us and stand for ourselves and have that. And we're no longer victims. Right now you're getting a major healing of this history. Let's just finish it up already. This has been long enough. You've carried all of this. When you do inner work, you absolutely need to make sure the subconscious aspects you've accessed are completely healed and transformed at the end. That's why I did the Quest 7 steps, so that there is a complete healing at the end, a complete transfiguration from all that shadow stuff and the beliefs and the pain and the memories and all of that into the new empowered full potential self that the aspects stepped into. So you want to do that, because it's not enough. I get the sense maybe sometimes you've gone in and trying to understand things, and a lot of people do this and they think they're doing inner work, but you have to bring the parts you find. You have to go for the complete healing. And you can, with the Quest, you can do it in minutes. So, you can do it within an hour and write it all out in a journal format and Let it be a really rich and amazing sacred journey inside of empowerment, self-discovery, an adventure, a sacred adventure. All right, so a lot of all that darkness is clearing up and also has linked up with a lot of you that are holding anger, resentment, retaliation, revenge even. There's even evil intentions getting cleared. There's hatred. You see, when you're a good person, a spiritual person, you'll just disown all of that and lock it down in the psyche. The problem is it affects everything. It permeates every aspect of life and brings its movies. But I can see why all of you, because you're all so amazing, wouldn't want to even open this up. But we're opening it up today because we're healing it. And this is getting a beautiful golden light deep, deep, deep in the psyche of everyone and throughout the world, wherever it can be, healed now. All of these resentments, all the hatreds transforming now back to light. That's as easy as it is when the Divine Self is in charge and the Divine Ones can help. We've got Elohim, archangels, angels, Divine Masters, cosmic beings in the realms of light helping today that I invoked, and who I love to work with because so much more can even be done than my little skills. So yeah, a lot of I don't know if anyone can see the world turning golden. There's a whole golden light of peace now, like a beautiful blanket of light, brilliant golden light around the planet now. And also in all of you that had seeds of this to big rivers of it. And, there's just no judgment and blame about any of it. That's another key that I want everyone to understand. We took it on. We're here to transmute it. Doesn't matter what it is. All that matters is that we choose to live in our authentic self day by day. We make choices for the high road, for our highest destiny, and we clear everything that would create anything less.
Wow. I can see it,
good...
Aurora. I can see it. I mean, when you were saying, can you see the golden light? I'm like, wow, this is huge. Oh, my God. Thank you, RC, for your question, and thank you, Aurora, and the Divine Ones for that healing. We're going to keep taking questions. This is huge because as everyone is listening, not only is the healing coming through for whoever asked the question or for all of the listeners on the call, but as you just heard Aurora talk about, it shifts something in the whole fabric of the cosmos, and the entire planet gets an unlocking, an opening, a quickening, a healing. So this is fantastic. At this moment, I'm just so grateful. I'm so, so grateful. And we're at the top of the hour, so we're going to go in and take a look at Aurora's special package that she's made available for us, and we were working, to get even more stuff in the special package. So this is a huge gift to anyone who can get this package. It's huge. I'm going to go right now, and I'm going to look at the special package page, and I would urge anyone who's in front of their computer to go and to Aurora's page and pull up her special package so we can look at it as she's talking about it, because it's beautiful, and to actually hear her talk, it's a huge thing. And while Aurora is talking, please, everyone, send in what you're going through right now. I can feel it. What are you feeling? Please let us know what you're feeling, and we'll give feedback to Aurora, and everyone else can hear it because we're all in this together. And so whatever you're feeling, it helps someone else to experience and to feel it too. So please tell us. And Aurora, I've got your special page pulled up, and it looks wonderful. And so please let us know what you have available for us.
Well, it's a good thing I can, because I was just in this waterfall of light watching everybody's fields change and watching the golden light just fill up those spaces deep in your psyche and globally. And a good thing Donna had just sent me the link this morning to the package. page. What a beautiful job they did on this, everybody. I'm just so thrilled with the beauty that they created this page and with their incredible team. And Taria with Donna and Susan.
Oh, yeah, Susan and Donna, knock it out. I mean, we're so
Oh,
grateful.
my gosh. They're
Absolutely.
done so beautifully. All right, well, I'd like to share a little bit about what's there so you can see how much, what a comprehensive package it is. And so it gives you quite a huge healing system. It gives you everything you need to just infuse yourself and take yourself to the next level and really feel empowered and free. So the Earth 2012 books, those are really exciting, and there's more to come. So the first one, the Ultimate Quest, won an award right out the gate, and it really speaks to the time we're in. So it's Earth 2012 to 33, this amazing time period we're in, the awakening, who we are, what we're doing, the prophecies, all the way to scientific predictions, the dire potentials, all the way to the glorious potential. I believe we're manifesting, all of us together, and I've seen great evidence of it. And there's incredible stories of awakening souls worldwide on many topics. So those are just rich and filled and infused with light and uplifting, inspiring, and empowering. A lot of knowledge in there. If you like activations, divine healing, transmission activations, I was cocooned for 2 months straight in Shasta and told I was being prepared for release from the divine ones. Of course, I didn't know if that was music, book, what it would be. And the last 2 weeks, I would take my nightly bath with these beautiful rose candles, and I'd be transported every night for 2 weeks up to the Rose Temple of Divine Love, and Mother Mary would be sharing with me about the rose light of love while I bathed in this healing pool, this rose light pool, and all this heartbreak and all this dark matter would just come up and out of me and dissolve and heal. And when I was finally, all set and 2 months was complete, the divine ones came forward over the next days and gave these divine healing transmission activations, and they are so powerful. When I listen to them, I just feel like every molecule of my being is getting rearranged back to the divine pattern. I've witnessed big pieces and things just lifted, and burdens and cares and memories and patterns. They're just power packs. So a lot of people like to listen to them every night and play them in their background. The quest that I've been talking to you about so much, we have the 7-step self-healing technique audio, so that can give you kind of a download of it. And so then it also on track 10 can take you through the quest 7 steps. So you can just pause as you do each step and journal it, and you can transform anything that you're dealing with from within and help your family line and all humanity. The Infilling Spirit was 2 years of amazing letters from the inner self, the inner creative self, and the whole powerful story of it's in there, and then these incredible light-infused letters. And when it happened to me, I was never the same. And then when I went to edit them, to put it into this first book, and there's going to be 4 of those books with so many letters, my best friend Bernadette said I was never the same after that. So they are transforming, and you can, just open it up and at whatever page, or you can read it in, one a day, going from the beginning forward, and life-changing once again. There's the beautiful music that Taria was speaking about that are all infused with these sacred songs, and those are very wonderful just to play in your homes, to infuse yourself with, to have, just uplift yourselves, your families. And then the Sacred Knowledge Collection is 3 audios, Exploring the Afterlife, Death, Dying, and Beyond, The Soul's Journey, Preparation and Embodiment on Earth, and Journey into the Future, Earth's Destiny 2012 to 33. Those were divinely commissioned. They're power-packed with light-filled energies. I, Pallas Athena, a very dear friend from the heavens who is highly revered still in Greece to this day as the sponsor of the oracles. She commissioned me to bring this forward under hypnosis so that it could be just pure information from the higher realms on these topics. And in the third one, Journey into the Future, she took me, we went into the journey, we went into the future, and it was November 2012, and we went into 2014, 2020, 2033, and I can honestly say by the time 2033 came, I had tears pouring from my face in absolute wonder, awe, and joy, in gratitude. I could totally understand in a more energetically experiential way of that which I had had visions of and write of forever, how we accomplish what we're all doing here, how we create that better future, and what it looks like and feels like. And everyone that's listened to that has just been infused. And one of the things it does, it takes a big burden off your shoulders, because knowing there's so many of us and we're all doing it together and we are succeeding. And despite the daily news, there is so much going on of a beneficent nature, and it's all in there. So, those 3 really give you a lot of peace, a lot of knowledge, understanding, and then infuse you with how inspiring and wondrous is this time. And package 2 has everything, all these things in it, but it is amazing 7-ray activations from the realms of light. These we recorded specially for all of you to have an additional something really special that we could add in that could just be an amazing gift. And it really turned out to be beyond what we imagined. We thought maybe 3 activations from the divine, and there are 7 powerful divine activations that I'm just not even the same yet still. I haven't even come down from it. Have you, Taria? Like, how are you feeling?
No.
From what we recorded?
I've not come down, and I want to let everyone know that Aurora, the energy was building so much as we were recording these, working together. We were really being present. Aurora was doing the recordings, and there was one point where I was just crying, and my heart was just opening up to God, and I just felt this huge shift. I mean, and I am not the same. I said, Aurora, I think we're in a new world or something. I mean, this is huge. And I will let you continue, because I will continue to talk myself about this. It's so big. It's crazy. It's just amazingly wonderful.
Well, like I told my network, magic happens when I get together with Taria and Donna, and this is the second time I've been able to be give an interview on this network. But we've stayed connected because it just was such an immediate connection, sacred sister connection with the 3 of us. And this is so exciting that this came forward, and now we're even getting visions of the divine ones want it to be used to help free all of humanity. So we're going to have something that we'll send out to all of you soon about that and what's up and coming. I hope you'll want to have that included, because it was really out of this world just what got done inside us and for all humanity. Of course, when any of us listen to it, it activates the whole thing and brings forth even more and more and more and more healing. And some people I've heard just play activations kind of in their home, just let it run. And what a service to all humanity. So what a vibrational amplifier for homes, just to keep those high vibrations always in the home. And when we create our homes like that, we live in a higher vibration. We live in a more happy state, a more fulfilled state of mind. So I hope these things I've just given as much as I could. They're a lot of value for as cheap as we could do it, and to bless the global healing ministry I had, and plus what Taria's doing. So I just gave as much as I could, and I hope you guys will love it, and also receive great value, great healing and upliftment from it. And if you do get the package, please let me know your experiences. That would just mean so much. And if you have anything fantastic to share, I always would love any posts on Amazon on these products so that other people could know your experience. That would be so helpful, because all of this is just starting to reach everyone it's meant for.
And that's so wonderful. And if you haven't felt the energy already, everyone, you're going to feel it very soon, because Aurora's going to do yet another group activation before we end the call. So I just want to let everyone know, if you haven't felt it through the call, you're going to feel it. And I feel it already, and I felt it building and building. And I think something changed within this call, too, because it's activating the entire planet. It's not just something that we're doing for ourselves, but with Aurora's work, it goes out and it activates everything. And I can speak for her work. I listen to it. I feel it. It changes me. And so I really look for things which I know I can go to. I'm busy. I'm a mom. I'm doing a bunch of things. And I really want to know that I can go to this. I can trust it. I'm going to get what I need, or more than I could possibly expect. That's a better way to put it. And so with Aurora's work, it's all there. And if you just take a look at this package, just look at this. It's huge. She just goes to, she's so whole, and she's so comprehensive in the way you put things together, Aurora. And so there are so many things here to allow you to experience more healing in every single area, and to all the places where you need healing, where you know and where you may not know. This works, and there are all kinds of ways to listen to it. There's activations, there's the music, there's the reading, so it can, help every aspect of your mind, consciousness, being, mind, body, spirit, soul, and emotions anchor into your true divine frequency. And then you can reach in there, and healing just flips. Like with Aurora, it just happens. Like we're all going to leave this call, and we're different. But it's not just us. It's the planet. And so by using this, it's something you can go to again and again and again. I had some of this. I sent it to a friend, and I was like, please listen to this. This is huge. Incredibly huge. My children, I'm like, take a listen to this. It's huge. Because I'm very interested in creating a new reality for everyone that I love. And so just go to www.awakeningheartnetwork.com/Aurora3, AURORA 3. www.awakeningheartnetwork.com/Aurora3. Or you can just go to her event page and click on the replay right in there. What you will find is the special offer, and look at it. See how much you're getting. See how it will last a lifetime. You can share it in your entire community. And so this is a huge gift to create change. And she's got I love Aurora stuff. She's got my highest endorsement. So please just order this. Just use this, and watch the changes happen in your life. Aurora's work has changed more in my life, I think, than and I've done a lot of stuff. And all of the stuff that I've done has helped me so far. It's all brought me to this point. But her work takes me over the edge and completes things. It takes me to a whole new place. And so, it's a huge gift. So anyway, thank you. And just check out her work and go and buy it, and you will find an incredible shift within your life. And as she said, when you do buy it and use it, please let her know, because the feedback is wonderful. And with that in mind, I want to say, Mari from Sedona says, wow, bless you both. And then we have somebody from Toronto who says, I can feel a calm settling in and a lightening of density. So grateful, blessings, so grateful. So we're going to take a couple more callers or a couple more questions, and then we're going to go right into a process because time is kind of going. But we said we would take some other folks. Just remember, we're going to keep it kind of brief, everyone. So the next caller, you're up from Vancouver, British Columbia.
Hi.
Hello. Hi there.
Hi, this is Jara calling. Thank you for taking my call.
Hi there.
I love the call, and I love Aurora. I was feeling a little nauseous and a lot of tension in my chest. And my question is, I've been working quite a bit on myself and feeling good inside, but I don't seem to be able to manifest much yet. And I was wondering if Aurora can take a look and see if something is blocking me. I don't even know if it's from the current life or not, but I'm sure she will know. Thank you.
And were you saying about manifesting? You've done a lot of inner work, but you feel the block is around manifesting?
Yes. I don't feel, I feel happy when I'm doing things for myself, but when it comes to manifestation, whether that to be financial abundance or work, it's not coming. And on the other hand, I'm very much able to help my friends. I have so many suggestions that they seem to be manifesting when I'm helping them, but when it comes to myself, it's not happening. And I'm wondering what that could be.
Well, I just found it, and thank you so much for bringing this forward because so many people have it. Probably everyone I've ever worked with. It's part of the last 2,000-year programming that if you're spiritual, money and wealth is a bad thing. And even though we don't believe that today consciously, these patterns run in the unconscious. And so even if we're striving, giving all our might, being as creative and genius as we can and skillful and timely, a lot of times it's like this endless block. So right now, there was a lot of sorrow around your chest and lungs. So that sorrow, that seems like a different thing, and that's getting healed right now. I don't know, a big, big sorrow, actually. It's tied into a big, big sorrow, but from the past. And I don't know, I'm like 2 years old, 2 years old and something happening. And anyways, that's clearing out. It'll really help your chest. And then we're getting down to these deeper patterns in the unconscious. Well, so many people linked up today have this. So, okay, get ready, everybody. We're going to step free from a whole other increment of this insidious programming that has kept us bereft of that abundance that is our true birthright. And so this is another testimony to why we need to do the inner pieces that lie below our conscious awareness. We need to bring it conscious and heal it. Otherwise, we can work and work and work and work and not manifest the dreams of our hearts, whether it's a relationship or money or a heartfelt career that's our true purpose or whatever that is, financial well-being. So that is being lifted from everybody. I love the Elohim because when we need big jobs done, I'm working right now with the Elohim to lift up that matrix that has been in our world and through all of us. So through us, then it links up globally in the unconscious, that unconscious strata. And so I'd love to have anyone chime in if they can feel the lifting happening yet or anything, just email in, or I don't know how it works with the system here. Then, all right, that was huge. That is getting dissolved in the light. Thank you so much for bringing that forward for all of us so that we could all step free from another increment of that programming that have kept us living lesser lives and not actualizing our greater potentials.
Thank you so very much. I feel a lot of chest tension.
You feel what?
Tension in my chest quite a bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of healing happening in it because that's a really deep piece for you. It's kind of a dark piece for you. Are you tapped into that sorrow at all consciously, or is it not conscious?
I think it's not really conscious, to be honest with you, because I can pinpoint where it's coming from. But as you were speaking throughout your call, whenever you talk about abundance or past lives, something has triggered me, and I felt very emotional.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm not sure it's coming from this lifetime to begin with.
No, it's not. I can see it now. I don't know what century it is, but it's like, well, I would say a nun kind of thing, but they're in white. They're dressed in white, and it's some kind of spiritual community with some kind of ideology that I think they banished personal advancement and things like that, and they were just very, they just felt the noble way of life is simplicity and not getting anything for self and not attaining anything. So there's a leftover patterning from that, but that's, as we find it, I'm healing it. It's getting healed right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's freeing up, and that's going to continue healing as the call goes on. So just sit with it and breathe, and already light's able to go into your chest. A really beautiful golden white light is now going all the way from the past to the present, and then undoing that energy in your chest area.
Thank you so much, Aurora. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I love sacred alchemy, so I could sit here for 8 more days and keep going. It's fun.
Thank you.
And thank you, Dada, for that question, opening up more abundance, because we had a lot of people on the call ask about financial abundance and clearing. So when one person asks about it and manifesting, it's helping us all. And so in light of all the people who wrote in about that, the energy, I could feel it when it opened up, and it went to everyone. We're going to take a couple more questions, and we'll get right into a process with Aurora. Here's another email. I have difficulty holding on to awareness and focus. I've had abuse in my childhood and would love to embody my being in the fullness of myself and my heart. Thank you for any help. KSV.
Okay, so there's a lot of dissociation. And this happens when we have abuse. Parts of us dissociate, these little parts, child parts, to kind of cruise in a free zone, a checked out kind of zone. What happens that when they're left unhealed, they don't get reconnected in, then the person under stress or hardship or challenge, it's easy just to check out, okay? So bringing those parts of self back in to integrate, to healing them from the trauma. Yeah, so when there's any sign of trauma, anything similar, anything that's jarring, it's whoop, out, and then it's hard to focus, hard to concentrate. You're not in your body. We're just linking up now because there's so many of us and souls on the earth that have this because of the hard childhoods. A lot of you have some very severe things. I can see a lot of abuse is getting healed right now, those cause core record memories and effects. So we're going to the deeper levels of Saint Martyr patterns, bringing all that in, and playing out to that whole need to redeem self through suffering that then traverses different embodiments. And so we're stopping all this today. As much as can be taken, as much as can be healed, as much as you all are releasing and holding up for healing, all of these sentences of suffering, we're getting healed. And there's this really huge healing across the earth, especially in a lot of the youth of the world who have had traumas and things happening and the divorces and all that, and then, you know, they find greater safety with drugs and alcohol, and then through that they can stay dissociated, disconnected. I would have to say lots getting healed around marijuana, and I hope I don't start a controversy because I know everybody that uses it loves it. At the same time, it is one of those reenactments of dissociation because it doesn't put you into your authentic self and your authentic power. It checks you out into a dreamy world, and that's not real. And I don't know if people have smoked it and had ingenious ideas, but then when they come back down, it's, you know, nothing ever happens. It's an illusory world, really, but people like it if they've had trauma and drama and abuse and things like that in their childhood, or they like to check out, or if they're stressed out, or, you know, a way to handle the world. The problem with it really affects the brain chemistry, and as you now know from this call, brain chemistry disorders then create mental illness, whether depression, anxiety, or even worse things, bipolar and schizophrenia and all that. So we want to keep our brain chemistries balanced, and that's what's happening right now. The Divine Ones are administering to a lot of souls that love to check out and use the drugs and alcohol, then that becomes, like the other caller's daughter, compounding mental illness and mental distress. Okay, well, that's going to keep clearing, so let's keep going. That's really, really a lot of light going into all of that.
Thank you so much, KSV, for the question. And for everyone who's writing in, please keep writing in and letting us know what you're feeling and what you're experiencing. Santoy from Mesa says, Aurora, thank you for all that you do for the planet. You are an angel.
Thank you so much.
Let's go to Susie from Toronto. Susie says, hello, I would love Aurora's help and advice on helping me heal my big weight issues that have been affecting me very, very deeply. Thank you so kindly.
This is so important to heal the underlying causes when you're dealing with weight, because the weight is a method of protection, security, giving a sense of comfort foods and all that. So you don't want to just drop the weight without doing the inner work, because it will not stay off and you will not succeed. There's parts of self that like to go for comfort foods, but also I can see there's some brain chemistry and hormonal stuff going on, and could be thyroid. So once again, you want to balance your brain chemistry with nutritional supplements, the fish oils, the GABA at night when you go to sleep. You want maca for women, especially to balance hormones. The greens products and a good protein powder. So you're making chia seeds and all of these things, flax, and just power packing it. And then D3, very important, the B vitamins, and E. And so you're wanting good doses and to really feed and nourish the brain chemistry. There could be a lifestyle change that's needed. I would say for you specific is taking care of yourself, loving yourself, nurturing yourself, doing what you do for everyone else for you, and switching that energy around to really be there for yourself and giving yourself the love and acknowledgement, appreciation. You know, when you go to bed at night, seeing yourself, appreciating yourself as if you were your best friend and you were acknowledging yourself for how beautiful, wonderful, loving, caring, compassionate you are, and just giving yourself, feeding yourself. There's some young child parts disempowered, some relationship stuff, all that's getting cleared out and healed. And then in everyone who has something similar, the Divine Ones are doing a lot of brain balancing, brain chemistry balancing, as well as healing those wounded parts of self that then want to clothe themselves with weight and also not be seen in the world, not stand out. And it's like that Marianne Williamson saying, who am I to be spectacular? I don't remember her whole words. Who am I to be, glorious and gorgeous and spectacular? I'm embellishing, but who am I to be great, right? So it's like a diminishment of self, and so that a lot of that's getting cleared in everyone too right now, so that we can just have a simple, authentic, loving acknowledgement of ourselves, seeing ourselves clearly, that we are beautiful, we're amazing, we're unique, there's no one like us. We're eternal, immortal spirits that came to earth at this time to fulfill a high and holy purpose, to transmute all this darkness from within ourselves and help bring remedies to our planet. And we deserve acknowledgement and loving and care to have fantastic optimum health and lifestyle plans we live in, and be given the best foods and the best experiences, and have the healing music flowing through our homes, and the best, organic and healthy foods we're eating, and wonderful nature adventures, and loving, flourishing relationships. And so we are deserving of all this. And I'm speaking to all the inner aspects in all of you right now that have not believed that, and have not felt worthy of it, and have not felt good enough, lovable, that you matter. And I'm saying to all the inner aspects, you do matter, you are important. Now it's time. It's an essential point in time now that you release these false notions about yourself, and you come into the truth of who you are, and you remember who you are. That's the first of the 7 reactivations, by the way, is remembrance. And it just goes on and on from there. So calling you into remembering the amazing spirit that you are, how deserving you are of every good thing, how much life loves to bless you, how much joy it is for me to do this for you, that life loves to gift you. Life loves to pour its bountiful gifts upon you, and to have you joyously accepting and enjoying them. This is the truth. So now we've got another level of massive healing going on, Taria.
Yeah, I can feel it. Wow. So grateful to everyone. Please keep sending in what you're feeling right now. Aurora's about to take us on a process. Please let us know what you're feeling. I just want to say one more thing, Aurora. We have a caller from Denver, and I know that what you just did went out to heal her, but I want to acknowledge her because she's feeling so lonely today. It's Brenda. She says, no matter what I try to do to help myself, I've been acutely lonely the last 2 years, totally the opposite of what my life has been, and I'm hopeless today. What do I need to do to shift this? And I think what Aurora was just talking about is this opening. It's this huge thing. I know your question is for Aurora, but I just wanted to let you know we see you. And Aurora, if you want to say anything, I felt like what you were talking about, it's like you were talking to her, even though you were answering somebody else.
Yeah, and I'm seeing your inner aspects. When we feel like this, it's not us, okay? Because our true authentic self, our spirits, we never feel lonely. We never feel all alone. And believe me, I've felt lots of alone in my life, so I can completely relate. The thing is, you want to heal with those aspects, okay? Today a healing's happening, but if you have any more pieces to this puzzle, first and foremost, realize it's not you, and that you, as the authentic self, must take the hand of your inner aspect and heal it. Bring it through a healing. You must minister to it, counsel and coach it. That is your duty, because you're the only one that can do that for yourself, for these aspects. These aspects cannot heal themselves. They need us to reach out our hand to see them in the darkness. And this part of you that feels so all alone in the world, so lonely. I'm sure many are feeling this too, that life could be so hard when there's not that support. These are aspects who are from the past, always, and the present circumstance, they just get triggered up. And they get triggered up because it's time for them to be healed, and it's time for you to be feeling safe, supported, taken care of, loved, watched over, connected with, important, mattering, and for you to live out of that true reality, because everything else is an illusion. So now the parts of self that carry the illusions, we're healing them at the deepest levels of the psyche right now. And there's a lot of people that are receiving this healing now for your aspects, who have been indulging them in this feeling of all alone. And I was there too. I did that too. Because before I knew what I know now I never will sit in aloneness very long, maybe some minutes while I'm getting the next piece up. All right, so all those childhood wounds are healing. That sense of preciousness is being restored. Deserving of love. The blocks and barriers to receiving are being dissolved. The illusion of aloneness, because we are never alone. We have divine sponsors. We have our inner divine self. All right. So there is a lot of light, a lot of healing, and that's going to continue.
Thank you so much, and thank you for asking that question, Brenda. And we're going to go to a process right now to wrap the call up, so everyone please keep opening. And I just want to say Susie, who we just took the email from, Aurora, who you helped and helped everyone on the planet with the weight issues, said, thank you so much, Aurora, for your help in healing. I am feeling so much more peaceful inside. Much love.
Yeah, looking very bright there, Susie, very bright light. Well, you are a bright light, and never forget it, and please start honoring yourself as the light of who you are, and let the weight just drop off of you as you emerge your beautiful, illumined self, knowing that you are deserving of every wondrous thing, and that there is nothing in the universe that is dictating to you that you can't have your dreams, you can't have the life that's meant for you on every level. And I say that to everyone, all of us. And I had to learn it all the hard way, hopefully, and it took very, very long to master all the things I've mastered and attained in this body of knowledge. And now my joy is just to transfer it very fast to all of you and bring you up to speed, so that you can live in the joy and wonder of your true nature most of the time. And then when you have these pieces up, you roll up your sleeves, you're masterful and skilled, and you heal them for the last time, each piece getting transformed in each session.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for all of the questions that you've asked. And for everyone who we might not have gotten to your call or to the emails, the energy has still gone to create solutions and healing. I want you to know that. I've seen it. When Aurora starts, the energy goes right to everyone and begins a massive healing, and then it goes out into the planet And so if ever there's someone else who has a problem similar or certain situations that are similar, it also creates a healing there. So thank you for bringing things to this call so that they could be healed. And right now, Aurora is going to take us on a process. Excuse me, you can hear the engines in the back. But Aurora is going to take us on a group process to complete the call here.
How many minutes do we have for this?
Whatever you like.
Okay. 3 days later, no.
Okay.
We were all still in the zone. But then we walk out our doors and the whole planet got formed.
No, I'm really serious. Whatever you like. When is Aurora? I know that we will make a planetary shift. There is no time limit.
Okay, good. Well, we'll just have time warp so it can be the perfect time for everyone. And I am going to start with a beautiful prayer and invocation to just honor and formally invite the Divine Ones. I did that earlier as well, but I like for you all to just be infused with the prayer too. Beloved Father, Mother, Divine Universal Presence, our inner divine selves and heavenly sponsors, we give grateful thanks for the bountiful blessings, the abundance, the healings, and light upon our pathways. We thank you for clearing the way for us to actualize our greatest potentials and fulfill our highest destinies and divine plans. We thank you for the greatest healing that is available on the deepest levels of our psyches, that of our loved ones, our family members, and all humanity. That all that can be lifted now and dissolved by divine grace. All the cause, core, record, memories, and effects of human programming that has created suffering in any form in our lives and in the lives of our loved ones and humanity. We thank you for clearing past, present, and future from all that can be taken now, all darkness in the earth, in the psyches of humanity, within us, from any timeline and time period. And we give grateful thanks for this light-filled healing and activation today, for restoring us to our divine selves and the truth of who we are, and helping us to remember that we are divine and we are deserving of life's bountiful blessings always. And we give grateful thanks. It is done in accordance with divine will and the highest good of all. And I thank the Elohim, the great archangels of light, angelic hosts, the divine healing masters, and great cosmic beings with us today, all the divine sponsors of this global healing ministry, for ministering to us in such a beautiful way to our blessed planet. We are grateful. Thank you. And now everyone get ready. I'm centering in myself so that the divine healing transmission can take place now directly from the realms of light. Hail, mighty victory. Hail, victory of the light in this earth plane. Hail, legions of light realigning humanity with the divine intention for a world. Hail, angelic ones who have come to infuse the rose light of love into every heart listening today, listening whenever, hearing at inner levels from many parts of the world, and all humanity who are ready to receive the light of the divine that would pour forth its blessing and cleanse the very darkness from this world. As Elohim has been at work, beloved, lifting off dark matter, cleansing the earth and purifying it, even the airs, the water, the lands, to where elemental life is dancing and playing with delight, with the joyous wonder of the new energy, the energy of vitality that rejuvenates and restores soul when they go into nature. Thus, the nature kingdoms, alive and thriving now, radiant with beauty, with the glory of the divine energy that is within every atom, cell, electron of those glorious lands. There for you, to restore you, to give you the resonance of your heavenly home and what it feels like to be bathed in the light of the divine, to bask in the arms of the divine, to know you are safe, you are whole, you are enough, which you are, beloved. Thus today, we have cocooned each one of you in a radiant golden light, filling your being with the 7 divine rays, bringing in the rainbow rays of light to heal, restore, uplift, realign, bring into, infuse into the nutrients, all that is needed to bring you to that great next level of your authentic selfhood, of that sense of wholeness and completeness, of allowing you to be that radiant self that would emerge out of the cocoon of life's learnings, of the learning module that you have been undergoing, into the glorious light of this new day, to rise onto the mountaintop and sing as if life is all beneficent, that you know life is about blessings abounding, that life, the true essence of life, is a bountiful cornucopia that is brought to you with such love to fulfill, to nourish, to empower, enliven, rejuvenate, regenerate, and renew you always. You see, life is a blessed thing. That life that courses through your base, that lives in every atom, cell, electron of everything in this matter plane. That is the true essence, spirit within matter, the spirit encoding everything. And now you see that when you come into this divine reality and know that life is rich and full and blessed and bountiful, abundant, and ever loves to gift you everything, when you understand that you are spirit-born and that you are enough, you are whole, you are precious, and you are loved. When you keep awakening to those levels of authentic selfhood, as you heal those younger children, those younger parts of self that have lived out of an illusion, out of a sense of disconnection, and out of alignment with truth, as you bring them back, restoring them, maturing them, to reintegrate within you, to be the full intention, the full potential that is the divine actualized within them. Then you rise and ever rise on next levels of your authentic selfhood, and this is how you can fulfill your higher destiny. For at each step of the way, the next aspects emerge, and it is time for them now to have their graduation, to go from the throes of darkness and despair and the conditions they have created in your life to the glorious white-robed, beautifully emanating, illumined beings that is the truth of who they are, of who you are. That's increment by increment, It's like you are restoring the facets of your diamond self, polishing and removing every flaw so that you can be that glorious self and radiate that emanation that is your own signature, your own essence that has never duplicated in a universe of worlds. If only you can come back fully to yourself, you will see how amazing you are, astounding, spectacular, magnificent. And that is the truth, beloved. So it is time to graduate the old movie and old way of being, the old learning module, to become master alchemists, healing all that is less than who you truly are. So you are continually restoring yourself and returning back to authenticity, to your true divine nature. Do you see what can happen when you switch now onto a new track, onto a new future potential, where you no longer allow the aspects to run you, to have a hold on you, to fill you with their notions, but rather where you masterfully step up every time they appear and you choose within yourself to set them free, to bring them back to the truth of who they are, so that you can rise to the next level and then the next and then the next, and thus fulfill an unparalleled destiny in the earth. Now you know the code, the sacred alchemy code. And these teachings are there for you as well through our beloved Aurora. Know that the mystery falls away that are the sacred teachings. These sacred mystery teachings are unveiled. Today, a great healing has taken place, beloved. And in truth, you will never be the same for many aspects that have caused great chaos, hardship, pain, weights, burdens, sorrows, and a lack of understanding self have been healed. Great weights have been lifted and are lifting. You've been infused with light to where your chakras are now spinning with the divine harmony of the divine universal presence. And atoms, cells, electrons are raised to such a high vibration that if you had a monitor, you would be in awe of how you could be raised in just a matter of minutes to this high vibration with which you are now resting so peacefully in as we minister to you. Know that as you come together with your offerings today, a great healing was able to take place for you, your loved ones, and all humanity. That through you holding up these offerings at this altar, at this holy sacred temple, we of the heavens could minister to you. And I, Mother Mary, could bring this infusion of the rose light of love, the comfort flame, and the golden light of peace to blanket you and the world, to infuse you, inspire you, and uplift you back to the truth, so that you could see with eyes of truth, know the truth and live in the truth, and have the strength to maintain that truth, that you are divine, an exquisite being of light, unlike any other, anywhere. You are precious and you are deserving of all the blessings life can bestow, and there is no reason whatsoever that anything less should ever manifest for you. Yet when it does, you know that is the clue, the piece to the next puzzle to unlock, to set yourself free, your family free, and all humanity. And that is what it means to be a sacred alchemist in this time, an adept in this new millennium. These are our teachings, beloved, through this temple, through our beloved Aurora. There are rich, rich, rich teachings for you that can help you transform your life quickly and be fully actualizing yourself, even while there's still cleanup to be done. Know and understand what a worthy calling it is to have been called to this planet in this time, to give your piece to the puzzle of this equation of a world in transition, birthing into a beautiful golden age of light. Know that you came to take on a certain increment of the darkness here because, being a fiery soul of light from the heavens, you knew you could help transmute and clear through and help move the planet forward. And thus you came. You took it on. And yes, you got lost in it. But now you know the truth. Now the tools are being imparted to you, the knowledge of how to free yourself, how to fulfill the sacred destiny by healing these baser aspects of self, and through this inner alchemy, turning them into the gold of your true nature. You have risen. You reside now in your divine self. Feel the purity, the illumination, that sense of oneness, the effulgence of the light filling you, encircling you, embracing you. Feel the peace of your true nature and know this is the divine reality, beloved, the place to come back to again and again and to live out of. For in living in your true nature, the miracles shall abound, and life will continue to change at a rapid rate, allowing ever new and more glorious futures to draw you forward into a world that becomes an illumined sphere of great light and a humanity mature with great wisdom and insight. You are one of those destined to bring in the new world. Know this, acknowledge yourself, live in the honor and dignity of this truth, and do your part masterfully, gracefully, and skillfully, beloved. Knowing that we are all doing it together. We are the grand Antankarana of light that is infusing a world with the new archetypes, the new energies, the new matrices that are divinely encoded for the benefit of all humanity. Blessings to you, beloved. Blessings.
Wow, thank you so much. We want to say thank you so much to Aurora Juliana Ariel for such a huge cosmic experience, for everyone on the call, everyone who will be listening to this at any moment in the future, and for the whole planet, for coming together and bringing this energy to create a higher reality for all of us, a true reality where we all live in the divine presence of love. Thank you so much, Aurora. We're so grateful to you.
Really my joy. It's just such a joyous thing to be connected with the divine realms of light and to know and see and always witness how much healing and assistance we're all being given all the time. And it just takes that simple call, and we have all the help that we need. And we are never alone, because we are in this, all of us together. Even though sometimes we feel alone, it's just an illusion, because we are connected. We came in together to do this. Here we are doing this amazing offering, all of us together today. And look at how much the planet is changing because we are here. I'm really excited for everyone to take that journey into the future. That is the audio, and to hear what happens to you after you do that. That's coming in really strong to lay before you as a sacred offering that can infuse you with the truth of what we're doing, how many there are of us, and where we're going. And that is the joy of my life, to know that. That's the peace of my life, to know that we're all here together and we're doing this, and what is going to happen because of it.
Thank you again. And Aurora's reference to her amazing package that she put together for all of us for this change. This is the most important thing we can ever do, is remember the truth of who and what we are, and understand that there is an incredible a surrounding of divine hosts to help us live our divine truth, which is the highest and best. It's just what Mother Mary was talking about as Aurora did the activation just now, the process. So, again, you can find her special package at the replay page or www.awakeningheartnetwork.com/Aurora3 and watch your life change as it has changed from this moment on. Aurora Juliana Ariel, thank you so much. We can't thank you enough. Thank you. Oh, my gosh.
Thank you, and love you so much, Taria. Love you, Donna, who's working behind the scenes right now. And love to all of you with all my heart. Love to you, Mari. Thanks for chiming in. My beautiful, beautiful sacred sister. Wendy, I just want to let you know, who emailed me before, a lot of healing for you today. So just trust in that divine, that as you open up and ask for healing, so it is done.
Absolutely, and that goes for everyone on the call and for all of your questions. The energy has gone through everyone's questions. I could see it. I saw it happening, and then triggered bunches of other healings for other people. So thank you for bringing your gifts forward. And again, you can continue to write in and tell us how you're feeling and what you felt from this call, and we will make sure that Aurora gets all of this. So thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of this incredible transformational moment. Thank you so, so much, and the highest and best to everyone. Thank you so much.